That was Lauren Windsor, and she's involved in talking to a lot of the plaintiffs in this litigation. And I think it's an anathema to the First Amendment. I think it's a national disgrace. And so help me God, I will not stop fighting for our First Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Well, we think you're a national disgrace, Mr. O'Keefe.
Well, I'll object to the representation by counsel.
I want to know
I object to the representation of counsel. If we're going to badger the witness, we can wrap this up real fast, and I'll take the early flight. I ask you to ask questions, not make testimony or statements.
I just want to know whether you are asserting that Lauren Windsor or anyone else communicated either with me or anyone associated with my law firm.
I'll object to the extent that the witness did not say that.
I'd like to answer the question. We're about to find out, because today we're issuing a subpoena to Randy Weingarten.
Okay. That wasn't my question.
And I will object again that the witness has not stated anything about you or your law firm.
No, I'm not sure. He said people in this litigation. Okay, we'll take 10 minutes.
And the time now is 11:56.
Randy Weingarten is the president of the American Federation of Teachers. This was a shot across their bow. The message to AFT and others is, if you come after Project Veritas, be ready to answer for it. In September of 2017, the American Federation of Teachers Michigan had filed an original complaint and application for a temporary restraining order against Project Veritas, before Veritas had even released our undercover investigations into the union. Somehow, they had gotten wind of our operation, and although they didn't know what we had, they didn't want it made public. They lost that effort. On May 8th, 2018, Veritas published the AFT Michigan report.
So this is the start of the case.
Okay.
So student claimed there was some inappropriate behavior in the home.
Yeah.
When he used to date the mother, which was like 8 years ago. Yep. He was terminated, but we negotiated a resignation for him.
So like a settlement agreement? But he can teach, right?
Yeah, he didn't lose his certification. He got about 6 weeks of pay, I think. And then he got the $50,000 pay. He knows what he did, and if he did something inappropriate, he knew it came back on him.
But like, did he like...
But the legal battle was just beginning. AFT said Veritas had violated breach of duty of loyalty, fraudulent misrepresentation, trespass, violation of the federal secret recording statute, violation of state secret recording statute in Michigan. Both sides began the expensive process of discovery. Several Veritas executives were deposed as part of the discovery effort by AFT.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. The legal claims from AFT Michigan are laughable and really nothing more than a heavy-handed attack on Project Veritas and our methods. Michigan AFT President David Hecker actually admitted as much in his deposition.
I'm asking you, David Hecker, what was your purpose in filing a lawsuit on behalf of AFT Michigan against Project Veritas?
To have the lawsuit in any way possible stop Project Veritas from doing the kind of work that it does.
Weingarten herself made it clear in an AFT press release that the lawsuit was filed to attack Veritas. Quote, "We went to court to pierce Project Veritas's veil," unquote. Using the courts as a cudgel is simply unethical. So we subpoenaed AFT National President Randy Weingarten because, among other reasons, in the discovery process we learned of links between AFT and an old nemesis of ours, Lauren Windsor of Democracy Partners. Windsor admitted in a deposition in the Democracy Partners case that she had conspired with others who were attacking us in the courts. None of those efforts have succeeded.
Have you ever informed Mr. Kramer, verbally or in writing, that you have communicated with Mr. Wentz or his lawyers?
I believe so.
AFT was not happy about us putting Randy Weingarten under oath to answer our questions about the true motives behind the AFT lawsuit. They filed a motion to limit our questions and wanted to prohibit the videotaping of her deposition. During a hearing in June, Weingarten's lawyer tried to win her argument by attacking Veritas.
Your Honor, Ms. Weingarten has agreed to sit for a deposition and testify under oath. Defendants, Project Veritas, however, are refusing to limit their questions for the lawsuit and are asserting a right to use the videotape of Ms. Weingarten's deposition for their own political and fundraising purposes. Now, I can say, I have seen this done in other cases with an eye towards harassing, annoying, and embarrassing Ms. Weingarten. As to the video recording, there is a fact that they, Project Veritas, have used excerpts of depositions in other cases, namely a case brought against them by Democracy Partners that, to create videos to make the deponent look as bad as possible, and then distribute those videos as part of their own promotional activities.
There is great irony and hypocrisy in this claim, as AFT National has issued numerous press releases attacking Veritas throughout the case. To quote AFT lawyer Abigail Carter, quote, as part of their own promotional activities, unquote. AFT's desire for secrecy is doubly ironic because someone leaked discovery information from this case to the New York Times.
We know there's no mystery or secret how documents from this case ended up in the New York Times. They were provided to them by parties to this case, and it certainly was not the defendants.
AFT also fought to force Veritas to release information about donors, something we will never do.
Was the AFT Michigan operation discussed with any donor or donors?
At what time?
At any time prior to its initiation.
I don't remember if that particular investigation was discussed or not discussed, but we discuss all of our projects and plans. We're pretty transparent about what we do with the public.
Did any donor make a contribution specifically related to the AFT Michigan operation?
I don't remember.
Who would?
Well, I'm going to object to the extent that calls for speculation. If he doesn't remember if anyone did, I don't think he can answer who would.
I don't think any of our donations are earmarked or in that regard. They give to a broader vision, a broader mission to expose corruption and dishonesty, and we do a lot of investigations over the course of a year, and they just believe generally in what we're doing.
Who told you about the Michigan operation?
Well, no one told me about the Michigan operation. I initially came up with the idea of Michigan.
So it was your idea to conduct an investigation in the state of Michigan of teacher unions?
Yes.
On July 2nd, the judge ruled on several of the pending motions. The judge ruled in our favor when it came to the Weingarten deposition issues, and this from Judge Stafford's order.
Weingarten made other statements conveying AFT National's partnership in this litigation in March 2018, May 2018, July 2018, and March 2019. And in March 2020, Weingarten is quoted in a New York Times article as saying, quote, "Let's be clear who the wrongdoer is here. Project Veritas used a fake intern to lie her way into our Michigan office, to steal documents and to spy, and they got caught. We're just trying to hold them accountable for this industrial espionage," end quote. Given these public statements, the court rejects Weingarten's allegation that defendants could be motivated to depose her only for the purposes of annoyance, oppression, or harassment. She has asserted her own knowledge of the underlying facts and involvement in this litigation.
Also from the order,
Weingarten also asked the court to preclude defendants from taking a video deposition. As the president of AFT National, Weingarten is an elected leader. This litigation is of strong public interest and has already been the subject of significant media attention. Thus, the presumption of openness applies. On this record, the court denies her request to preclude the defendants from videotaping her deposition.
On Thursday, July 16th, the AFT president objected to the judge's order on the deposition issues. At the end of their legal arguing for the court to change its mind, they made a final plea for secrecy, saying, quote, "If the court is disinclined to grant Weingarten's modest request in full, then we ask in the alternative that it enter a protective order prohibiting use of any portion of the deposition video before trial and any portion that is not shown at trial," unquote. They are grasping at straws to keep their secrets hidden. On the issue of our donors, the court said that our donor information was protected in most cases, but not all. We strongly disagree with this opinion, and we will fight it to the end. We will protect all of our donors at any cost. That being said, we are looking forward to the videotaped deposition of Randy Weingarten conducted by our attorneys and the truth that will be revealed in the process. Stay tuned.